Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, so I'm a mess today, a complete mess today. I didn't even think I was gonna get to film this, but Skyla's taking her second nap, so I just wanted to jump in really quick and film my 35 weeks pregnant update. Skyla had tubes put in her ears today, and I will add a couple clips right now from the surgery. It's 6:10. It's still dark outside. We are going through the Starbucks line right now, and we're about to have Skyla's surgery. We're like an hour early, so yeah.
Better than being an hour late.
That's true. So she has her tube surgery today. She hasn't had anything to eat or drink this morning because that is the rule.
Neither have we.
And we have not, we've only had, Nick's having coffee and I'm having water because we didn't plan ahead, and also because we didn't get food because we don't want Skyla to smell the food and get jealous, and that would be rude. Ticket, take the ticket.
You take my ticket right now.
Are you ready for your surgery, baby? Yeah, you're gonna feel so much better, honey. I promise. Oh my God, she's getting all of them. All right. Bye. And then I'll bye, Skyla. Bye, sweetie. Bye.
Oh yeah.
She is that sucker?
I didn't think she was.
She's trying to get it.
So everything went really well. When she woke up from the anesthesia, she was pretty fussy, but once the anesthesia wore off and she felt back to herself, like right when we got home, she took a nap, and then when she woke up, she was completely back to herself. Super happy, super just like full of life, and I mean, it was the easiest thing ever. I'm so glad that we did it. So I'm hoping to cut down on the ear infection situation so that we don't have to give her so much antibiotics, and so that she's not in pain all the time from having constant ear infections. But I want to jump into my 35-week pregnant update, guys. This is the week that it's really like, I've said this before, but like this week, it's really hitting me. Like 35 weeks is hitting me hard. I just like wanted to sleep so bad when we were kind of like, when Skyla was awake earlier today. I just wanted to like pass out on the couch. But I couldn't, and it was so hard, and my eyes are heavy. I just took a bath. Nick is working from home today, and he like let me have a 30-minute bath, and it was amazing. But of course now I'm extra tired because I just got out of the bath. That always makes you even more tired. But I've been extremely nauseous today, and throughout this past week I've had so much nausea, and I went back and watched my 35 weeks pregnant update when I was pregnant with Skyla, and the symptoms are like almost identical. It's insane how identical they are. Oh, and on a completely unrelated note, this last time I had my nails done, I did the SNS, like where they dip, and 4 of them are broken. When I just do regular Acrylic, this never happened. So I don't think I'm a fan of SNS because the ones that broke, like now my fingers hurt. So when you see my belly shot and you see my nails all like broken in a mess, I'm gonna get them done tomorrow, but I don't know. Are you guys fans of SNS? Let me know. I'm 35 weeks today, but technically, like, these are the things that happened this past week when I was in between 34 and 35 weeks. So, yeah, here we go. So lower back pain. I've had a ton of lower back pain. It comes and goes. It's random. I have like the sciatic nerve pain as well. And I'm sure that that's going to be something that just continuously gets worse until delivery. Right when I turned 34 weeks, I had like a tiny speck of blood on my underwear. And sorry, that's TMI. I don't know. But the doctor said it's normal. And you know what's funny is like I had that when I was like 37 or 38 weeks with Skyla. This is also TMI, but like this is now I have like I told you, maybe I did or maybe I didn't. Hemorrhoids, I got them with Skyla and I have them again, and now like they're way worse than they were with Skyla this time because there's more pressure and they're freaking painful, and they're the most painful though after birth. Like that's when that SHIT is real, okay? No pun intended. Let me pull up my weight. I thought that I put it in here. Yeah, I did. I don't have my like little notebook today, but I did, like, I updated my weight on social media like I usually do. So once I turned 35 weeks pregnant, I was 158.4, which that was yesterday, okay? So I'm 158.4, which means throughout this whole pregnancy I've gained 23.4 pounds, but I have gained 2 pounds since last week. So another big gain. I also took my measurements around all my body parts, like I even measure my neck, just because whenever you do like fitness measurements, when I used to have a trainer, they would do the neck measurement. So I just have been doing it. But all my measurements stayed the same, like my chest, my arms, my calves, my thighs, did I say chest, arms? Yeah. All of those measurements have stayed the same. The only thing that grew was my belly. So I think what's going on, the 2 pounds gain, is a growth spurt from Adeline and an increase in probably blood volume and water retention. Oh my gosh, I'm having like a hot flash, and I know it is not hot in my house right now. Help me. And in case you were wondering what I was at 35 weeks with Skyla, I weighed 177. It's a big difference. I wrote down my boobs are swelling up, but that was like one day. They like fluctuate all the time. They swell up and then they go down. They can't make up their mind. Shaving the nether regions, it's not even a term or saying, probably not even a saying. Shaving south of the bump is just a complete joke. And I know last time I had an electric razor, I have no idea where that fool is. Even if I did have the electric razor, I don't really know. I'm not really gonna utilize a nap time to do that. And I'm also like, when she goes to bed, the last thing on my mind is figuring out the shaving situation. I'm just uncomfortable now. Like, I'm uncomfortable at night. It's uncomfortable getting off the couch. It's uncomfortable getting out of bed. It's uncomfortable trying to sleep and find a good position. Even sitting on the couch, you wouldn't believe it, but sitting on the couch is really hard to find a position that I don't feel uncomfortable. It's just, yeah. And Adeline moves so much, and I always feel her like feet or hands or elbows or knees in my rib cage or in my hips. My hip bones and my rib cage are like punching bags for her. And tired. Did I say tired? I've moved off to an even less strict workout plan for the remainder of my pregnancy. I'm gonna be doing 3 days a week of a 30 to 45 minute walk and 2 days a week of weights. So one of those days is gonna be upper body and one of those days is gonna be lower body, which is gonna be Tuesday and Thursday. Most likely, sometimes I switch up my schedule, but that's the goal. I was supposed to go on a walk today because it's Friday, and I have not gone on a walk. Like, honestly, the way that I feel right now, putting on, I honestly feel like I'm coming down with like the flu. I'm sorry, I'm getting so hot. I feel like I'm sweating. I don't know what's going on with me. It feels like I'm getting sick or something, but I know it's just the pregnancy. And this is, I'm just so tired. I'm so freaking tired. As soon as I'm done filming this, well, I was gonna say I was gonna go to sleep, but I need to edit. So after I edit, and once Nick's done working, I'm getting in this mother. My skin itches everywhere, and I don't have pups because it's not a rash. I don't even know if I said that right, but there's some sort of pregnancy rash you can get. I don't have a rash, but I'm itchy everywhere. You've probably seen me even itching behind my ears, just itchy. Oh, and now that I said it, now it's like even making me even itchier. But like, I'm extremely itchy on my feet. My feet are like itch central. But the one place on my body that is the most itchy of all itchiness is my belly button. It's above my belly button. And you'll see it's like super red because my freaking piercing, why did I get that? My piercing hole that I haven't had a belly button ring in since, oh, I think I put one in for the cruise, like, yay, like, it's not worth it. It's so itchy and red and irritated. I wish I never would have freaking got that pierced. And I wrote down that I have no patience. My patience this week has been like a 0, like a freaking 0. No patience. Like, I get overwhelmed and flustered and my like feathers all in a bunch like this quick. And I can like, I will snap back or get defensive so easily. My hormones are just getting to a fever pitch. Like, I've been crying all the time. Like, I cried on the phone with my mom last night over nothing, and right when I got off the phone with her, I was like, that was so pointless. Like, why am I getting so emotional over nothing? Like, legit nothing. I'm just so hormonal. She's moving just so much. Like, she moves twice as much as Skyla moved, seriously. But contractions. So I have had Braxton Hicks contractions, which is just like the tightening where you can feel like a little lump where the baby is. But I've been having actual contractions, like the type that feel like menstrual cramps. I had them in the middle of the night last night, like a lot of them, like pretty much throughout the night last night I had contractions. It feels like an intense menstrual cramp. Like, there's no other way to put it. I had them this morning. I haven't really had that many this afternoon, but they're not like constant enough to where it worries me about early labor or anything like that. But I am 35 weeks and Adeline is obviously massive. So hopefully we go to term, but if for some reason these contractions did end up being labor contractions, I really think that everything would be okay. I'm not saying that's what I want, but I think that she would be okay at this point. Okay, so I had an appointment and I kind of talked about it in my vlog about Zell. And at my appointment, she measured my belly. It was measuring right on track, which is funny because some days it's measured behind, some days it's measured ahead. Like, my belly cannot decide what it wants to do. But everything was normal. She listened to Adeline and everything was just, it was a normal appointment. She told me starting at 36 weeks that she wants me to go onto an antiviral medication because I have the cold sore virus. And she said that they just recommend it to anyone who has either HSV1 or HSV2. HSV1 is the cold sore virus, and that's the one that I have. And so I'm just going to go and start taking that at 36 weeks. By the way, if you can hear Nick peeing in the background, every vlog of mine, why is he peeing in the background? I've had heart palpitations, which I think is just from the anxiety all day today, and like yesterday I haven't had any. But there were a couple days that I was just having like extreme heart palpitations and just like a racing heart, anxiety, kind of like what it feels like if you drank too much coffee or took too much pre-workout or took too much of your energy supplement if you're a fitness person. That's what it feels like. And I have, on the day that it was the worst, I hadn't even had a drop of coffee. And I definitely am not taking supplements while I'm pregnant, so it's not that. So I'm pretty sure it was just anxiety. My OB said if it kept on that I should go to a cardiologist, but I don't think I'm going to. It hasn't really kept on. So it was kind of like a isolated incident. That day that it happened, a lot was going down. My diet has been okay, but like yesterday I was 600 calories under my macro goal because of my nausea. My diet is not by any means perfect, just because I just feel like shit. I just don't feel good. That doesn't mean that I'm just like eating McDonald's all day long or having desserts every day, because I don't even buy desserts for the house. That's a huge difference between this pregnancy and my pregnancy with Skyla. With Skyla, I bought all the desserts I wanted. I would have treats all the time at the house. We don't even have any. The only thing that I really have is Skinny Cow, and I did buy some mango bars at Trader Joe's. So like that has helped tremendously. I was really craving donuts. Like today, I'm having a contraction right now. Like I'm having an actual contraction right now, the menstrual cramp type contraction. And I've been using an app on my phone just because they have been happening a lot. So I'm gonna start my little timer because it's definitely going down while I'm talking to you. I lost my train of thought. I wanted donuts today, but I'm meeting Crystal and another friend, like a new friend that I met online, because I meet all my friends online. A new friend, we're meeting for donuts in the morning, like a little mom's donut outing. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like eat crap right now because I'm gonna eat like that in the morning. So I'm by no means like letting it all go these last couple weeks of pregnancy, but I haven't been as perfect as usual just because I've been so overwhelmed this past week. Reflux. Oh, yesterday my reflux was so intense. Like, so, okay, my contraction just stopped. Let me turn it off. Yesterday it was the worst. It's definitely not as bad as it was yesterday. But like yesterday it was just a constant sick feeling. Like reflux is disgusting. And I haven't had it very much at all in my pregnancy, but I definitely had reflux all day yesterday. This one is like, sucks. So it's crazy because when I went back and watched, it was either my 35 or 36 weeks pregnant video with Skyla. I had this and I have it again, which it started about 2 weeks ago probably, and I forgot to write it down or talk about it. My tongue is really sore. And I have these like white patches around the border of my tongue. And I had this last pregnancy too. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm freaking itchy. If you guys have those of you who have never been pregnant, you're watching this, you're probably like, I don't ever want to get pregnant. It's really not as bad as it seems, I promise. Yes, it is. My tongue is sore and it has these like white patches around, and it's from hormone changes. So I looked it up online in my last pregnancy and I had forgotten about it. But last pregnancy around this time I had it too. It sucks. It's called geographic tongue. This is gross. And the last thing I read is like, need rest. Yes, I need rest. I need rest. I need all the rest. So that's it. Those are my symptoms for this past week. I'm gonna show you my bump. I'm super cash today. Don't judge my outfit. It's not matching or anything, but I'm gonna show you the belly and the irritation and all of that good stuff right now. Once again, I really hope my neighbors aren't watching, because people who don't understand like what's going down probably would think this is really weird that I'm filming this right now, especially since I'm about to pull the belly out. I haven't got the stretch marks on my side like last time. If they're there, it's from like the last pregnancy. I haven't gotten any new stretch marks yet in this pregnancy. And you know what the funny thing is? I haven't been using barely any cream other than that oil that I showed you in the last video. That oil is all I've been using, and it's oiled up right now, so that's why it's shiny. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already and give it a thumbs up. That's huge for my channel. Share it with your friends and check out the links below my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.